You never age.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
You walked in the room and I was like, how are you still 20? I hate you.
It's been 20 years since Desperate Housewives.
Oh my, right?
Yeah.
So I was gonna wait for that, but now I'm just gonna say it. Like, I mean, what is it like to not everybody?
Be old.
No, what is it like to be a part of something that was that much of a huge pop culture thing?
Oh, amazing.
Everyone watched that.
Yeah. No, but like globally.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I remember going to London and there was people like lined up outside the hotel, and I was like, oh my God, I told the driver, I go, who's here? And I said, is somebody famous here? Like you too? Or like, I was trying to think of English people. And he goes, no, you. And I was like, no, they don't know me. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, wait, the show's here. Like I was so confused that it was like a global thing, and it still plays everywhere.
Oh my God, yeah, it was just such a, did y'all know that right off the bat at that first like read when y'all came in?
Well, no, because what did I know?
But you do feel, but there are certain times when I'm in the studio and I'm like,
you're like, this is
I
a
feel
hit.
like this might hit. Like,
you don't
I
feel
like
that about every song?
No.
If I was a singer, I'd be like, this is a hit.
No. Do you know what happens?
Now this is a hit.
Sometimes you do
no,
it.
No, this one's it, and it's like,
That's how it really is usually. You're like, this is gonna so bang, and then nobody likes it. Yeah. But you had to have known that cast is so amazing.
Yeah, no,
the chemistry.
I remember the first table read, like when I found out.
Oh my God, such amazing actors.
I was a baby. We were all babies, but I remember sitting down and like Marsha walked in, and then Felicity and Tara. I was like, wait, are they the other ladies? Like I was so confused. I was just like,
oh, you didn't even know? Oh, right.
No, until the table read, and I was like, who's my husband? Who's my husband? And he happened to be from San Antonio, like me.
Yeah.
We were both Texicans. I mean,
Texicans.
Yeah,
that's my favorite.
I know.
How is your family?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Santi's 6.
Yeah, I heard that. Wait, did you just take your little one to the first red carpet?
No, I didn't take him to a red carpet. He was with me and ran out to the red carpet and was like, yes, and would not get off. And I was like, okay, sweetie, that's cute. You gotta go. And then he was just like, excuse me, Mom, excuse me. And he was just posing. But yeah, he was so cute. But that was the first time he wore a suit. So he was very excited and he wanted to take photos in it. And I was like, right, I will take photos of you.
My son, I took him because he was like, he'd never been, and my daughter had, and he was like, I want to go. And then he's very much like big personality.
Yeah.
He became a different human on the red carpet.
Yeah.
I was like, hi, who are you?
Yeah.
He got very shy. It scared him a bit, I think.
No, mine was the opposite.
Because they yell.
Yes, I thought
my
son would be scared because they're just screaming and it's loud and.
But he was basking.
Oh yeah, he was like,
love it.
You can continue.
Yeah. It's so cute to see the little ones in suits. There's nothing cuter.
I know. He's adorable.
Wait, let's pay the bills and get to a few commercials with the help of somebody in the audience.
Hi, Kelly. I'm Diller. I'm a huge fan of Flamin' Hot, both the snack and the movie. Eva directed that film and she was brilliant. Eva, you're amazing, both in front and behind the screen. I hope you direct more movies. Stay here for more with Kelly and Eva after this.
All right, we are back with Eva Longoria, everybody. So you're now on Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah.
It's the greatest cast, and then they keep adding more incredible actors. Like, what was that experience like?
Well, Only Murders, I've always been a fan of the show, and then they called and they were like, well, you want to come on the show? And I was like, oh my God, who am I playing? Am I playing, I thought I was gonna play Selena's aunt that owns the apartment, and they were like, no, even better, you have the best role. And I was like, oh, who am I playing? And he was like, Eva Longoria.
You're gonna have to go real method.
I know, and I was like, he's like obviously like a heightened version of you, and I was like, I'm pretty heightened. I mean,
no, but that's kind of fun because then you get to play you, but not you.
Yeah. It was so fun, and it was like me, Zach Galifianakis, Eugene Levy, and then Meryl Streep, Melissa McCarthy, Paul Rudd.
Because they're making it's like Inception.
Yeah,
they're making it in the making of it.
Yeah, it's like super meta.
Yeah,
and then of course Marty and Steve are like a riot, like in the green room. Yeah.
Just
in the offset. Yeah. Just them ordering a sandwich and fighting about mustard is like.
Oh my God! Yeah, I would just sit there and watch it like a stalker.
I just do this. And then Meryl's sitting there, and I'm like, "Hi, Meryl Streep."
Yeah. Wait. So somebody said, "Are you cousins with her?"
Yeah, we're cousins.
That is. I would have never guessed that.
I know.
Yeah.
But we did a DNA test. No, we were on that show, American Lives, with Dr. Gates. God, like 10, 12 years ago, and she was on. In my episode, it was Stephen Colbert, Meryl Streep, me, Yo-Yo Ma, Mike Nichols and somebody else. There's 6 people per episode, and they cross-reference the DNA of who's on the show, just to see if you share an ancestor in the last 100 years. And so they reveal it on the show. They go, do you want to know who you're related to? And I go, yes. They're like, Meryl Streep. I was like, oh my God, oh my God. And then I ran into her at a
It's like the first thing you announce when you enter anywhere.
But I ran into her backstage, like at the Golden Globes or something. She was in the green room, and my friend's like, go tell her your cousins. I go, I am not telling Meryl Streep that we're cousins. She probably doesn't care.
Yeah.
And so then I'm sitting there, and I hear, cousin! And she mentioned it.
She's so cool.
So now I tell everybody.
Yeah. Aren't you glad when someone that you love, you adore, they say something to you so you don't have to, because then you get nervous?
Yeah.
That just happened to me.
With who? With me?
Yeah, absolutely. The first time. You've been here before. No, it was Dave Chappelle. I was coming out of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I was literally just getting in a car, and I hear my name, and I was like, I know that voice. And I told him, I was like, I never would have said anything to you, because I would have been too shy about it. And I love when people you love.
Yeah. When they're nice.
Now, he didn't yell cousin. That would have been much cooler.
Yeah.
But so wait, you have so much going on. I was literally talking to my executive producer this morning going, I thought I was busy. And then I saw your schedule.
Busy. No, you're busy.
So involved in stuff, and I know you have teams of people that help you accomplish things, but how do you unwind? Because there's so much going on.
Cooking. I love cooking. Yeah, I can get off a 12-hour flight and make dinner for 20 people.
We could not be more different. That is, wow.
No, my husband's like, honey, don't you want to rest or you want to order in? I was like, oh my God, no. I'm like, I will do a full meal of things just the minute I get off a plane, because I just want to be in a kitchen. It's the place I'm most comfortable.
Wow, it's therapeutic for you.
Yeah, super therapeutic. I love it.
So your new cookbook, this is a good segue.
Yes.
So it's called My Mexican Kitchen, 100 Recipes Rich with Tradition, Flavor, and Spice. Beautiful title. So what inspired it?
When I did Searching for Mexico for CNN, which was this beautiful show that I got to travel around Mexico, it just inspired me to share all of this culture and heritage and beautiful ingredients that are endemic to Mexico, and I just had to write it all down. It poured out of me. I think I wrote this book in a week. It was...
Well, and how could you not be inspired by that trip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really, like I said, it's really accessible, and a lot of people think Mexican food is tacos, tequila.
Which is great,
which is
by the way.
amazing.
Yeah. It's possibly my last meal.
Right. I know. Whenever people go Taco Tuesday, I'm like, Taco Wednesday, Taco Thursday, Taco Friday. I have it all the time. Yeah. But so that's why I wanted to put it all in one place and honor that trip and journey that I did through Mexico.
Yeah, I know. I love what we're making. It's not what I would have thought we would have made. That's
well,
why I like it.
Well, we'll talk about it later.
Yes, okay, yeah, no, I keep jumping ahead. Do you test out the recipes with your family?
Yes, you have to. You have to test all the recipes, and it has to be...
I want someone to be this person in my family so I can test.
When I was doing the soup chapter, I was like, let me test them all in one weekend. So my house literally had 25 soups. It's just everywhere. My husband's like, can we have something else other than... So I was like, no, we're testing all the soups. So, and I love the soup chapter because they're very hearty, and now that it's fall, you kind of want to...
Oh, I love a crock pot number. Yeah.
Just so easy. You're gonna love it. There's my son cooking.
I know.
He loves cooking. I've had him in the kitchen since he was 2.
He is the cutest ever. I try and mine got really into it for a minute because of Ratatouille, and then now they're like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
So
oh, this is work.
Apple tree. Yeah. What's the most meaningful recipe out of the book for you?
Oh my God, so many, because my aunt taught me how to cook. She was a caterer, and so there's so many of her recipes in there.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, not growing up, because she would put us to work, and I was like, But looking back now, I was like, oh, I miss her so much. And tamales was a big thing at Christmas. And
oh my God, my mouth's just watered. Eva is teaching us how to make her Mexican French toast next. You can find the recipe in her new book. I know. Your mouth watered too.
Wait, are we making it for everybody?
Just us. We are back with Eva Longoria. Give it up, everybody. Her new cookbook is called My Mexican Kitchen, 100 Recipes Rich with Tradition, Flavor, and Spice. And she's all set up to, this smells so good. She's all set up to show us how to make one of those dishes right now. So what are we making?
We are making Mexican French toast.
Okay.
So I
love French toast.
You can break your yolks.
Okay.
See, you got to go like this.
You stab them?
Break, and then you mix.
Oh, sure, I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what makes us Mexican is we're gonna use piloncillo, which is Mexican.
Piloncillo.
Piloncillo,
Yeah.
which is this I used to eat this as candy when I was younger, but it's like a condensed sugar. It tastes so much better than brown sugar, but if you don't have piloncillo, you can use brown sugar. But this is what makes it Mexican.
Okay.
So I will compromise on this. I will not compromise on Mexican vanilla.
Okay.
Yeah, so vanilla is endemic to Mexico. So
Okay.
you want this. So you want to throw in your Mexican
Okay.
vanilla and your piloncillo or your brown sugar.
Piloncillo. I just like saying it. I feel sexier.
Yeah, mix
Yep.
that up.
Okay.
And then the key to French toast, you can screw it up any way you want, but you have to have French brioche bread.
Oh my God.
I know, it smells so good already,
Yes, it
right?
really does. And that melted butter. Whoops,
Yeah.
I'm getting it everywhere, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're gonna drench your French brioche. I like to get the loaf and cut it myself so you can cut it really
Thick?
Thick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like a really thick
Okay.
French toast bread slice. And
Okay.
then you
Oh,
drench.
yeah, too. Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. No, I was on top of it. I was on top of it.
You're on top of it. And then you load up your
Move on
frying
over.
pan with butter. And then you let that cook in there.
Okay.
And meanwhile, we're gonna come over here and make our topping, which
Movie
is
magic. Okay, here we go.
Yes, that'll figure itself
Ooh,
out.
love. Okay.
I know. So this is a lot of butter. more
Yes.
butter. You're gonna throw in some bananas. What
Okay.
I like to do is, when your bananas are going black, you can freeze them, and then they're much sweeter when they're almost black. And so don't throw them out.
Yeah.
Peel them and then put them in a Ziploc, and then you can throw them in here when they're frozen.
Yeah.
And they're much sweeter than these ripe
That's how I
ones.
hear how people make banana bread, too.
Yes,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is exactly what I do for my banana nut bread too, which is in my first cookbook.
Okay, fine.
But you should flambe your, you should
Toast them up a bit.
Yeah, like
Okay.
cook them in butter.
Okay.
And we're gonna add pecans. You can add walnuts, but I think pecans taste better.
I
with,
love pecans.
with syrup. And
Is that a Texas thing? I don't know. I just grew up on them. I don't know.
And we're gonna add a little more piloncillo.
Piloncillo,
here.
we get to say it again.
Add the piloncillo. So you want to like caramelize your banana.
Okay. Oh my God, this looks delicious.
Turn that up.
See, I could do this at my house. Okay.
Good. This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
so
yeah.
easy.
This
oh
is
my
easy.
God. So once the bananas are really soft, and look at that. Look at that sugar
Oh,
just gets
look, my
crispy.
mouth. Yeah.
That sugar
I just gained 10 pounds in my mind.
nice and crispy. Then you
Well, fine. Wait, what? What are we doing? Okay.
wait, get this one. Look
No, I
at
want
that
this one. Look, 'cause it's got
There you
all of
go.
it on there. Ah.
There you go. How good is that?
Oh my God.
So that piloncillo has a different taste than brown sugar. It's a little sweeter.
Okay.
But in a
Okay,
good
and then
way.
you have movie magic. Our bread's done.
Magic, yeah. But here, look, you would add your your syrup in here just to warm the syrup.
Oh, in the thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know if
then-
I've ever done that.
And you just pour it all. Look at that gooey, ooey gooey goodness. I know.
You're welcome anytime
I
at this
know.
show, as long as you bring food.
Look at this. It's just, and then you got to take a bite of that. But
Look at
that
you getting the
syrup.
drizzle still.
You
Okay,
added
wait.
drizzle. Here,
Wait, there's
I
got
think
to. Okay.
that's
Thank
for
you.
you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna
cut
mine.
it.
Look at this.
Yes. Okay, wait. We're gonna taste it with everything.
Yeah. I'll give you a little more syrup.
Thank you. Oh my God.
Right? I know. It takes boring French toast to like another level. And people think you're like a gourmet chef or something.
You're lucky family. Wow.
I know. I make this all the time, and my husband's like, "Stop making it. I'm getting fat."
Shut up.
Oh my
He
God.
should shut up. This is so good. Oh my God. This is amazing. Thank you so much.
How good is
The
that?
encore is still happening. It's really good. All right, y'all. Once again, Eva's new cookbook is My Mexican Kitchen, and it's available wherever you buy your books. Thank you guys so much.